All right. How's it going, everybody on YouTube, all my subscribers? And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Well, I want to talk about my power pole repair. Now, I have always used the same oil because there was no leaks ever since I've had my power poles, and I've got the Power Pole Pro Series 2. And it's a closed system, so I never thought about changing the fluid or checking the fluid. But it got to a point this year where both of my power poles were extremely noisy, like a louder squeal kind of thing. And one power pole had a hard time raising up and lowering down, sort of as if the fluid was low. But you can look in the side of the reservoirs and see that there's plenty of fluid in there. So I thought, well, that's weird. I called up the guys at JL Marine in Tampa, Florida, and talked to Nate. Now I've worked with these guys, Nate, before in the past, and they replaced one motor for me, which I thought that was fantastic. And I said, you know, it's kind of weird. The first question he asked me was, are the pumps low? And I said, no, there's plenty of fluid in there. So he said, well, just send it back and we'll take care of it. I thought, cool. But so when I got the motor and pump separated from the reservoir, I noticed that there's like a bunch of kind of like a gelatin-like mass that was like stuck against the oil pickups. So right away I thought, okay, here's the problem right here. You know, the pickups are choked off by this mass and fluid can't flow to raise and lower the power poles. So Nate said, well, go ahead and send it in anyway. And because you never know, it might stress out the pumps or whatever. There may be some gunk trapped inside. So I said, cool. And I got to thinking, well, you know, the other one's kind of making noise too. And I kind of wonder, you know, maybe both should be sent in. And he agreed because, you know, once they fix the one, there's going to be a noticeable difference between the speed of the raising and lowering. So lo and behold, when I got the other motor and pump separated from the reservoir, it had the same kind of gelatin-like ooze in there. I really wasn't planning on making a video of this situation, but I thought, well, it's kind of odd. I've never really noticed anybody talking about changing your fluid in your power poles. So I thought, well, this would be a good time to make a video. And also to give a shout out to JL Marine in Tampa, Florida, like I said. And those guys, the customer service is fantastic. I sent my pumps in on a Monday morning. They received them on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. And I got these back on Friday. I've never had customer service like that. It was nice and easy. You know, it was fantastic. So shout out to those guys because I've never had customer service like this on anything. It's almost like, you know, I'm sponsored by them, which I'm not. I wish I was. I'd definitely be interested in trading in my Power Pole Pro Series 2 for some blades. The customer service is fantastic. And like I may have mentioned, this is only the second time I've had to send a pump in, and it was just like the time before. Fast service, you know, no BS, just getting it done. So I haven't opened the box yet. We're gonna go with my trusty box opener and see what they sent me. They sent them back so fast that I'm not for sure. I don't think they worked on them. They may have just replaced them with some other pumps. I am not for sure. So we're gonna see what we have in here. By the way, I'm using my Note 4 again to make a video because I do have my new camera, but I thought, well, this would be quicker to set up. So the new camera videos will be sometime after this one. Let's see what we got here. Oh, they oh, this is a surprise. Oh, they even sent well, let's get it out first. They even sent 2 quarts of the biodegradable hydraulic oil. And around here, this stuff's kind of hard to find. I'd have to drive down towards Cincinnati to get it. But I wasn't expecting that. So they got 1 quart there. 1 quart here. You know, just in case you have a leak, you're not going to harm the fish. You're not going to harm the water. That's the stuff right there. And the second surprise is, I didn't know, whew, got a little oil on them. Ooh, got a little gooey mess, but that's all right. These are the ends I put on my leads here. So, but I definitely wasn't expecting another reservoir because I've got the reservoirs in the garage. But I guess that'd have saved me a step on putting them together. So let's see about this other one. Well, one of these motors is different because they were kind of mismatched before, from like the older model to the newer model, but now they match, or at least the caps match, because there's my same leads that goes to my fuse block. We got the power pole pumps ready to go back in. Fast, friendly, fantastic service. So hey, next step would be putting these suckers back on the mounting plates and getting them back in. Kudos to JL Marine in Tampa, Florida. Fantastic. I can't wait to get these suckers back in and see how the difference is going to be. All right, we're going to take a pause for the cause and get out in the garage. All right, we're in the garage, so let's get these remounted. Got 2 screws back here in the plate. I can get them started. Got a little rubber in between the pump and the plate here to cushion that vibration. Just snug, not too tight. Number 2. Get them started and crank them down. Alright. Kind of dark back here, but there's the back of the plate. Just 2 bolts in each. And I guess we'll put some fluid in there. Now, needless to say, after seeing all that junk that was in my reservoirs, I'm going to be checking or changing this fluid at least every season. So that didn't happen again. This stuff is so clear, I can't see what is in there. Oh, there we go. I see it now. That's up to there. I'll check it after I run the hose up and down a couple times. So I'm sure I lost some fluid out of my lines. Put this one in there. I took it about halfway. And we'll get the other one. That'll be good enough for now. Alright, let me take a pause for the calls. And we're ready to put these back in the boat. While I was in here, I relocated actually first I took out my old transducer, chipped it up and pulled it out, and repositioned my newer transducer, pulled it back a little bit so I could install, and you can't even see it, but it's below the pickup here. Installed a new drain plug. It kind of comes in to the boat about 2 inches, and then you unscrew it, pull it out, and it drains water out, and it just hangs there. So I just got to connect this pickup tube and then put my pumps back in. Hold on. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for now. I just got to run the wires over here to my fuse blocks. Get some wire ties, make it look all as neat as possible. And then give it a test. But to do that, I got to pull the boat out about halfway, because these power poles kind of extend out a little bit. So I'll do that tomorrow. And so we'll pick this up then. Be back in a few. All right, it's kind of dark in here right now in this back corner. So I had to pull the boat out a little bit so the arms won't hit the back wall back here. So we got it sticking out in the garage just a little bit. I had to program the wireless situation, whatever we're going to call that, the wireless compatibility with my foot switches up here. And let me put the camera or the phone or whatever up here in my Tahoe so we can watch these bad boys go up and down. And already, when I programmed them, I already had to raise them up down a couple times, so I know they work. And they are definitely, they are definitely quieter, way quieter than what they used to be. So let me go up front. So I'm tripping over stuff. They are a whole lot quieter. So that's awesome. Like I said, if you have power poles, in just case you're wondering, it's about 40 degrees out here in the garage. But if you have power poles, change that oil. I don't know, at least once a year, once a season. Make sure there's no gunk trapping your pickups. These suckers sound like they did when I first got them. Nice and quiet. And that's even with the lid open. So, much thanks again to the guys at JL Marine in Tampa, Florida. Nate, you the man. Very happy, very happy. And this was an easy job actually. So anybody can do it. But the main thing is just check your oil. Of course, check your connections to make sure there's no leaks. Because you'll get that high-pitched squeal too if it's straining to try to get fluid. So hey, that's all I got for now. I'm gonna push this sucker back into the garage all the way, and go in the house and get warm. So until next time, I'll catch you later. Peace.